ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਵਿੱਚ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਮੂਲ ਦੇ ਹਰਜੀਤ ਸਿੰਘ ਸੱਜਣ ਲਈ ਇੱਕ ਚੁਣੌਤੀ ਭਰਪੂਰ ਸਥਿਤੀ ਬਣ ਗਈ ਹੈ। ਅਸਲ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਦੀ ਵਿਰੋਧੀ ਧਿਰ ਦੀ ਪਾਰਟੀ ਨੇ ਰੱਖਿਆ ਮੰਤਰੀ ਹਰਜੀਤ ਸਿੰਘ ਸੱਜਣ ਨੂੰ ਤੁਰੰਤ ਬਰਖਾਸਤ ਕਰਨ ਦੀ ਮੰਗ ਕੀਤੀ ਹੈ। ਫੈਡਰਲ ਕੰਜ਼ਰਵੇਟਿਵ ਪਾਰਟੀ ਦੇ ਨੇਤਾ ਐਰਿਨ ਓਟੂਲ ਨੇ ਇਸ ਮੰਗ ਨੂੰ ਜਨਤਕ ਕਰਨ ਲਈ ਇੱਕ ਰਸਮੀ ਬਿਆਨ ਜਾਰੀ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੈ। ਦੂਜੇ ਮੁੱਦਿਆਂ ਤੋਂ ਇਲਾਵਾ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਇਹ ਵੀ ਦੋਸ਼ ਲਗਾਇਆ ਕਿ ਸੱਜਣ ਨੇ ਜਿਨਸੀ ਸ਼ੋਸ਼ਣ ਦੋਸ਼ਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਲੁਕੋਇਆ ਹੈ।
Speaking of records speaking for themselves, Mr. Speaker, falsifying your service record, throwing Admiral Mark Norman under the bus, covering up sexual misconduct. That's not the record of a minister who can be trusted to implement the necessary changes at national defense. Right. And with a record as shameful as that, it's no wonder that senior military leaders do not respect their minister. That's right. We can't afford more of the same, Mr. Speaker. The Canadian Armed Forces is literally falling apart before our eyes. When will the Prime Minister fire his incompetent minister?
The Honourable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, we will take no lessons from the Leader of the Opposition when it comes to looking after the Canadian Armed Forces. Our government, when we put forward our defence policy, increased defence spending by 70% for the Canadian Armed Forces and put people first. We know that we have a lot more work to do to making sure that we create an inclusive environment in the Canadian Armed Forces, and we will get it done. Thank you.
The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
An inclusive environment, Mr. Speaker. 3 years ago, a woman came forward with an allegation of sexual misconduct against the top general, a close friend of that minister's, Mr. Speaker. The Ombudsman brought the report to that minister 3 years ago. The minister fired the Ombudsman, shameful, covered up and failed that woman serving her country. Shameful. The minister, if he respects the institution he once served, he should do the honourable thing and resign. Right. If not, the Prime Minister must hold that minister to account.
The Honourable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, as I said, it would take no lessons from the Leader of the Opposition when it comes to service to this country. We take all allegations very seriously, as I did, and brought the immediate information to the appropriate officials. No politician should be ever investigating or starting investigations, Mr. Speaker. And maybe the Leader of the Opposition can answer the question, why did their previous government, when he was a minister in that government, appoint the previous Chief of Defence Staff when he knew of the information about